On today's edition of News on 95th, spring sports and March Madness. All this and more coming up next. Welcome to News on 95th. I'm your host, Justin Mascari. As the weather warms up, spring sports are starting. David and Eddie give you the details.
As we move into warmer weather, spring athletes begin to train for their upcoming seasons. One of Niqua's most popular sports, track, started its indoor season. We interviewed a track coach, Mr. Ricca, to get an insight on what he's looking forward to this upcoming season.
I'm looking forward. We have a great team this season, so I'm looking forward to see the success that we have at the state level. Track's kind of one of those weird sports that we only care about really three meets: conference, sectionals, and state. And I think we have a good team to get us there. We've got some good throwers, good sprinters, good jumpers, so it should be exciting to see what we can do this year. The state of Illinois is such a great competitive state. We just had a meet with Minooka and Flossmoor, two of the perennial powerhouses. For my throwers, continuing to work on technique. We had a really good meet this past Saturday at home with Flossmoor. They're starting to really get some of the technical aspects of their throwdown. Then just team-wise, continuing to try to put together the whole package for another state trophy.
To get an outlook on how athletes prepare for their meets, we met with track star David Garza.
So me personally, I like to eat a lot of healthy foods. I don't necessarily eat the healthiest all the time, but I try my best to make sure what I'm putting in my body is the cleanest that it can be. I like outdoor track more just because my times are faster because we're allowed to wear larger spikes. So in indoor track, we wear 1/8 inch spikes, but in outdoor track, we wear 1/4 inch spikes. So naturally, the times are faster and the track's bigger, so it's a little bit easier to run. The most difficult part of the track season for me is definitely the early January-ish to like February time, because a lot of our athletes get sick. So it's normally where everyone's sick or out or injured. So that's definitely the hardest time for our team.
Coach Ricca's encouraging coaching abilities and the athletes' perseverance in excelling at their sport make for an exciting track season. And for News on 95th, I'm Eduardo Herrera.
With college basketball playoffs right around the corner, we asked Niqua students who they think is going to win March Madness this year.
I believe Duke is going to be March Madness champions.
I'm actually immediate too, but give me the Creighton Blue Jays to win it.
I think Duke will be winning March Madness this year.
All right, I think Duke is going to win. Cooper Flagg's the GOAT.
I got KU winning again.
I think Duke is going to win March Madness.
Duke all the way, baby.
I think Kentucky's going to win March Madness.
I think Marquette is going to win March Madness.
All right, I think Illinois. ILL, yes.
All right, I think Kansas is going to win.
All right, got to pick them because they just had a big win. St. John's.
I think Houston is going to win in March Madness.
I think the Florida Gators are going to win March Madness.
I believe that College of DuPage will win March Madness. Looks like the Niqua students picked Duke to win March Madness. As for me, I have Michigan State. And for News on 95th, I'm Ben Goodall.
On the more cultural side of things, some students at Neuqua Valley participate in a tradition known as Ramadan that consists of spiritual healing. Here's what several students who participate in the process have to say about the routine.
We wake up early in the morning, so it depends. So I think this time we'll be waking up at around 5 a.m. So we usually eat a fulfilling breakfast, and then that really just satisfies you till when we break our fast.
It's very tiring and I'm grumpy throughout the whole day, but at the end of the day when I'm able to eat, I feel a sense of accomplishment.
We are able to get through the day by relying on our strength and connection to God.
You're not supposed to get angry, you're supposed to be able to control your temper and be more of a peaceful person. You're not supposed to use foul language. That's also a big no-no.
As you can see from the photos shared by the interviewed students, Ramadan is a very significant and beloved holiday celebrated by families around the world today.
Hi, I'm Isabella Cry.
And I'm Lily Perigo.
And welcome back to Wildcat Weather.
Naperville. We're here to excite you with next week's forecast, bringing you some of the highest temperatures we've seen all season long.
Starting on Monday with a high of 55 degrees and a low of 36, you can expect to see some sun in the early hours, followed by clouds later in the afternoon. Tuesday, we keep it around the same with a high of 50 and a low of 35, mostly sun from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m.
Heading into Wednesday, we have a bit of a setback with a 60% chance of rain and full clouds. However, temps are supposed to be within a reach of a high of 52 degrees and the lowest being 35. Thursday, we're dropping down from the mid-50s to a bit more of what we're used to around here, with a high of 43 degrees and a low of 32. There's no rain expected, but full clouds from the early mornings into nighttime.
Finally, to end off our week, Friday we're expecting a high of 53 degrees with a low of 29, followed by heavy rains in the mid-afternoon. Put on your windbreakers and get outside, Wildcats. A little wind won't stop from a high of 53 degrees.
Now, to give you a little more insight into the realities of this week's weather forecast, we have Dan the Man, the Weatherman, our personal and professional meteorologist, live in the field. Back to you, Dan.
Hello, I am Dan the Weatherman. As you can see, I'm out and about to experience this weather firsthand, these new temperatures. So when we get these new temperatures coming in, these big changes, we went from 20 to 30 degrees and now we're sitting at around 40 to 50, which is a huge leap. We usually get lots of winds that come with that, but right now we're only having gusts of up to 12 miles per hour and winds of up to 6 miles per hour. So it's actually looking very calm out here, which is nice. But, I shouldn't have to tell you this, but I will anyway. Don't be a bum. Get your friends together. Go on a walk. Hang out, because the good weather is here, finally, and you should be enjoying it. So go out, play ball, go for a bike ride, go on a walk. That's all Dan the Weatherman has for you.
Thank you for watching this week's edition of News on 95th. Have a great weekend, Wildcats.